This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Welcome to How You Doin, a health and wellness podcast from INCRadio New York Satellite Studio. Whether you're on the go or taking a minute to breathe, we've got real tips, good conversations, and weekly check-ins to help you live well without losing your city pace. Are you ready? Let's get to it.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year, and welcome to another season and episode of How You Doing. So this is our season 2. We thank you once again for joining in and tuning in. And yes, welcome to How You Doing. And it's brought to you by INCRadio New York. So here we are talking about health and wellness in real practical ways that can fit into our everyday life. And for today's topic, we're going to talk about screen time and how late night phone screen use can affect us in our sleep, energy, mood. And then we can also share some practical ways of winding down before we sleep. And with me today, we have Sister Mika and Brother Christian. How are you doing, Sister Mika?
Hi, Sister Ahoy. I'm doing well. I feel like my internet might be a little slow. So can you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you well.
Slow. I feel like I'm slow-mo on my computer. But hello, everyone. Happy New Year to you all. We hope that you had a great New Year celebration. And yes, again, like what Sister Abby said, we are in our season 2. Thank you so much for supporting us in season 1. We hope that you continue your support, and we hope we get even bigger support in season 2, where we're going to talk about a lot of great things. So thank you for joining us. How about you, Christian?
No, I was just trying to figure out what to say, but Happy New Year, everyone. Hope everyone had a really great New Year. I know I ate a lot over the past few days. Let's get into our physical activities, guys. Get the year going.
Yes, last season we had some, tips and tricks about starting slow, doing little things that can make us a healthier person, like with movement, diet and exercise and whatnot. So yes, I believe our episodes are still up, so don't forget to also tune in, rewatch those episodes. But we have season 2, and we're excited to talk about more health and wellness topics. But again, don't forget to also like and subscribe and share this show. And I see a lot tuning in. So also keep commenting and in the YouTube live chat. And we also have our question of the day or week for our YouTube live chat. And don't forget to also include your name and your local congregation. And, we can also read your comments or your answers throughout the show. So the question of the day for today's episode is, what's one screen-free activity you can do before bed tonight? I don't know if anyone does this. I have a bad habit using my phone before I go to bed. But yeah, maybe we can share some of your things so that we can also implement it in our own like sleep hygiene or, our wind down tonight and, for other nights. So. So anyways, on to our next segment is Where You At? New year, new competition for each local congregation. So again, this is your time to represent your local congregation or your extension. So don't forget to also include your local congregation, extension, or group worship service in your comment, answer, or shout out. And, we will announce next week's winner. And, we can start a new competition. So don't forget to also include that in our thing. Anyways, on to, I guess, our main topic.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sister Abby. So, like we heard, she just mentioned she's on her phone before she goes to sleep, right? And so do I, right? Because in this day and age, like we're all glued to our phones. Everything is in our phones. Now, we can't help it. During daytime, it's fine, but at night, when we're supposed to like slow down and calm our brains down so we can go to bed, and you're suddenly like, well, okay, let me check this one thing, right? Oh, and you see this one post, and then all of a sudden it's 2 a.m. and you have to wake up at 4 a.m. or so there goes your sleep, right? If you experience that, then this topic is for you. We are going to break down how we're going to break down. We're going to talk about how screens, like our phone screens or our computer screens, affect our sleep, what the science says, and practical things that you can start doing tonight. Okay. Now, K-Tech, whenever you are able, if you can pull up the slides, we're going to talk about a little bit of those information. So these are from Healthline, PubMed, JAMA, all of these information that we're going to be presenting to you. Alrighty. So these are the key effects of late night screen use. Okay. So the first one, right, is a poor sleep quality. As you can see in our slide, right, shorter sleep duration, it's harder to fall asleep, more insomnia risk, lower sleep quality. Even just 1 hour of screen time use, nighttime screen use is linked to worse sleep and delayed sleep onset. There is also a 59% insomnia risk. And yeah, so increased insomnia risk and shorter sleep. Those are not good things for us. So that's one reason why, that's one of the reasons why you shouldn't be on your phone before you go to bed. Next, what else? Disrupted circadian rhythm. Is that the right pronunciation? Thank you so much.
Yes.
Right. So melatonin, science. What is melatonin, Sister Abby? Can you tell us what melatonin is?
It's a sleep hormone, so it kind of helps you fall asleep.
Yeah, so it's your body's sleep signal kind of thing, right? And screens, they produce like these blue lights that tell your that basically suppresses melatonin, so your brain still thinks that it's daytime. So of course, a smart person once said, "The sky's awake, so I'm awake." I don't know if you remember that. If you catch that reference, it's from a movie with a lot of snow. Anyway, that's literally it, right? If the sun's up, your brain is awake because it knows that it's daytime. But when the sun is down, then yeah, you get what I'm saying. Okay. So the blue light from the screens delays your melatonin or suppresses your melatonin so that your brain still thinks it's daytime. Next, a reduced sleep quality across populations. So research has shown that it's not just kids, right? Definitely not just kids. I feel like all of us adults do it too, if not more than children. So people who already go to bed late, like us adults, are even more affected. So imagine you get home at like 11 o'clock and all you want or need to do is sleep. And then you're on your phone until like 3 a.m, just scrolling. Not good. No bueno, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, Sister Mika.
I'm looking at Christian the entire time I'm talking.
I could not possibly know what you're talking about.
Right. And sleep disruption means lower daytime function, right? Because duh, you get less sleep, so you're more tired. And so it also leads to cognitive and mood effects, right? So if you have less sleep, if you're more tired, you're more irritable during the day, you experience more brain fog, slower thinking, as if I'm not slow to think already. And you're because you're irritable, you're a bit more emotional. And I already have a lot of emotions. So I feel like this topic is really for me. And and it's not just the blue light of the screens, right? It's also the content of what you're looking at, um whichever part of social media you are in, because I know there's different parts of social media. But yeah, content and timing of screen use are key, not just blue light. And so last, expert consensus is, everyone's saying it. Experts are saying it, right? Limiting nighttime screen helps. So now that we know, I I saw in the comment section, Sister Mariah said, "Go to sleep, Sister Mika." I would love to, but I'm not finished with the chapter yet. Anyway, so yes, timing content, behavior change helps. Limiting nighttime screens helps. So now that we know the effects, how can we train ourselves for better sleep? What are some practical things we can do to kind of wind down or keep our phones away before we go to bed? Sister Abby, what suggestions or tips do you have for us?
Well, I feel like I know we just have to limit our screen time, like at least, 30 to 60 minutes before you are going to bed, put your phone away. I know sometimes we use our phones for alarms or, our whole life is on our phones, but towards the end of the night, say it's like, okay, it's like I'm going to go to bed at, let's say, 10 o'clock. So around 9 o'clock, start to put your phone on a charger across the room so you won't be not beside your bed, so you won't be tempted to grab it and scroll or go to your social media accounts and wind down that way. And also start with a consistent wind down time. Having a consistent schedule of when you go to bed, you can also be more regular, and it's like, okay, I will go to bed at 10 or 11, and then, in that a couple hours before, start doing things to quiet your mind. Right.
Yes. And even if your schedule isn't the same every single day or every single night, or your bedtime isn't the same, you can still do that. We should have at least 30 minutes to an hour of screen-free time before we go to bed. So that, again, like what Sister Abby said, you can really wind down. And yes, I used to do that a lot. Put my phone across the room, or my alarm, so that it definitely helps me wake up. But at the same time, it really forces you to not have your phone. Yes, Sister Kayla made a really good point in our comment section. So YouTube live chat, thank you so much for that. Certain phones have a night shift feature, which takes out the blue light after 10 p.m., comes in handy for signaling sleep to your body. Do not disturb modes are great too.
Mm-hmm.
If it's, the notifications that are keeping you awake at night and that are kind of distracting you and making you go into your phone instead of just sleeping, right? What else?
Yeah, I've been doing the do not disturb feature, especially on social media stuff, because I've noticed a lot of notifications happen in the middle of the night, and I'm kind of depends on the night, but sometimes I'm a light sleeper, sometimes I'm not. So at 2 a.m, I hear my phone going off, and I was just like, oh, that disrupts your sleep. So the do not disturb features are great, and sometimes it even warns me. It's like, oh, your sleep mode is about to happen or something. You should get off get off your app or something like that. So they actually have reminders now. It's
Put
like,
your
oh,
phone
okay.
down right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are some calming pre-bedtime routines that work for you, Brother Christian? Do you go to bed? I'm kidding.
I don't
Now
know.
that you're not in school
Do I
anymore.
sleep?
Do you
I sleep periodically. No, I'm kidding. For me, like calming pre-bedtime routines. Sometimes I would like listen to a podcast. That kind of like signals my body, like, hey, like we're getting ready for bed. Listen to maybe one episode of a podcast, or, I don't know who else does this, but do you guys like to listen to rain or like rainforest sounds while you sleep? Sometimes I have that going. That helps me sleep like just listening to like sounds of nature or like waves crashing. And then obviously you can set a timer for it, so when you're actually asleep, it'll just go off, turn off on its own. So that kind of thing. Yeah. What about you guys?
Well, I feel like I've mentioned this already. I like listening to ASMR, or like a lighter version of it is like white noise, which is also another version of what Christian is talking about, right? Like rain or waves crashing, or just like like the old screen, the old TV noise, the static in the screen, like shh, yeah. Why are you laughing at me? Some of the things that our friends in our YouTube live chat like to do. Sister Mariah said, I like to read physical books with a clip-on book light to wind down before bed. Um, is this Arnie Jane? Reading a physical book. Oh, hello from Fort Worth, South Central States. Thank you so much for tuning in. So Sister Cheyenne, Sister Rowena, they all like to also read books. I do the same. So that goes, so that it has pros and it has cons, right? Pros is that it's definitely screen free, but we also have to be careful because sometimes when the book is really good, the next thing I notice is the sun is out. That's happened to me. So definitely, pace yourselves if you are one of the readers. Like have a certain kind of stop time as well, which is great. We have Mark Noel Macasera says family panata before bed. Yeah, so that's one of the things to that's great to do. It's like either like meditation or prayer. It really helps you kind of, what is it, like bring out all of the unnecessary and then just keep the necessary. It helps you think about your day, what happened to your day, and it helps you really look at the positive things, right? And you get to talk to God, and it helps you calm down and really wind down before you sleep. Yes, but some people might say, right, there are different like barriers that we can kind of face when, like, before you go to bed, right? If you're like me, your brain is like too loud or too overactive and you can't shut it off, right? So what are some of the things that we can do to kind of overcome that?
I know a lot of viewers were talking about like journaling. That kind of calms your mind. Like, I feel like just when you're writing all your thoughts down, it doesn't have to make sense. It just kind of empties out your brain. I tend to just, this is kind of odd, but I like to just lie on the floor for a bit, like 5 or 10 minutes, and just like stare at the wall or stare at the ceiling. And then that kind of just calms me down, and it also stretches out my back because I have terrible posture. And, like sometimes throughout the day, I'm really stressed, so I'm always tense. So just lying on my back and just staring at the wall like relaxes my body, stretches my back, and, calms my mind. So I know journaling is a thing that people can do. Also that the listening thing, the calming audio, And I didn't know that there's different colors associated with different sounds, because I think Sister Kayla mentioned that pink sound. And I did a quick search, and it's like white noise is like staticky, right? And then it's like different frequencies. Pink noise is a lower frequency, and it's kind of similar to rain. That apparently can help with deep sleep and memory. And then there's brown or red noise, and that's a deep, like rumbling thunder, and it's like a strong waterfall sound, and that's also good for deep relaxation. So different frequencies have different sounds, and they're used for different, I guess, things that will help you in your sleep. I always knew about like white noise and static, so that's good to know. Thank you, Sister Kayla.
Yes, thank you so much. We love that. We love learning new things from our friends at the YouTube live chat. Mr. Marisol said, eat good, have a good dinner, and less screen and wind down. Have discipline every night, and you'll have a good night and good morning waking up. Yes, that's right. Sister Riwa said, do not disturb. I was like, D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, is the best feature ever. Yes. Some phones have those calming sounds that Brother Christian mentioned with a noise cancellation feature if you ever wear earphones. Very relaxing. Tita Lei, that's my aunt, says, eye massager. She got it this new year and it helps a lot.
Oh, doesn't I don't know if you guys do this, but sometimes I like put a warm compress over my eyes that like I know they sell it in some stores, but you can get like an eye mask that has a warm compress, and that actually helps you fall asleep faster.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely try it out. It helps, and it also relaxes your brain a little bit because it's warm and it like just feels good around that area. But try it.
Interesting. I feel like that would work. I feel like anything that's warm is very relaxing. But yeah, so some people might say like my phone is how I relax, right? So sometimes you're stressed and your phone is the only thing that can relax you. So what could some of the solutions to that be? Right?
Find something else.
Does your phone really relax you, or does it stress you out even more?
Just sleep. What are you doing? Just close your eyes.
I think Mr. Abby's right. Find something else that can relax you. Create non-screen related comfort rituals or habits. Like books. Books are always nice.
Mm-hmm.
If you're into, they have those like paper, like puzzles stuff, like those word searches.
Yes.
Like crosswords and stuff. Just I feel like if you kind of take out all the noise in your head and just really focus, I feel like that'll help you fall asleep. What are some other barriers that people can come across when it comes to sleeping?
I think it's also knowing like you're scared to put your phone on do not disturb because someone might want to reach you or like something like that. I know my parents would always want to call me no matter what time of day it is. So what I do is in my do not disturb feature, I have select people that I will allow notifications from, loud calls and messages from, and maybe just like one app, which is that I use for frequently that people contact me on, and that would be the one app that would allow more notifications. So I think that's one way to do that.
That's true. More interesting things in our YouTube live chat. Sister Julie Desamento says, keeping the room temperature lower than 60 degrees Fahrenheit will help you fall asleep better. Oh, interesting. Because again, it's... Yes, anyway, sorry. Sister Joyanne says she has emergency sleep spray with lavender and melatonin. That's interesting. I've actually never heard of that before, like sleep spray that you can just spray.
We need some of that, Sister Joy. Please, next time you see me and Sister Mika, just
spray it. Just spray it in front of one more comment, Jason. when I was a choir member and it was the night before worship service, I would sometimes review my hymns for the next day. Ooh, that's so nice. Definitely, again, this is another way that you can really like focus and help you meditate. Um, if you study your hymns, I think that's a great
Just
suggestion.
not the difficult ones.
Yeah, just
It stressed me out.
maybe not if you're an organist. Because it's, sometimes it's great for like the choir members singing, but when an organist looks at their hymns, they're just like, "Oh, I'm just like this."
Yeah, there's certain hymns that gets a little stressful, but I like certainly the lyrics and it helps. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. So what are other we'll do another barrier, right? Let's say you work late, right? If you're one of those people that work late, and basically, or you work the whole day, right? And there is no time that is yours. So when you get home and that moment right before you sleep is the only really like free time you get, you want to extend it as much as you can, right? Because that's the only like me time that you have. Um, so what do you think people can do to kind of combat that thinking?
I mean, I guess you can first you know, you have to be aware that that's your only time that you have for yourself. But you can, still fit enough me time before you go to bed. You don't need to have like an hour or half an hour of screen free time before you go to bed, even like 10 to 15 minutes beforehand, just to kind of put your mind away, put your phone away and slowly start to decompress. I don't know, like I used to work long hours and I kind of just like was ready for bed by the time I got home because I'm just tired. You quickly eat dinner and then I scroll through my phone and then I do my nighttime routine and then I'm knocked out within like 3 hours of getting home. So I know you want to prioritize doing stuff for yourself or like try to catch up on personal stuff, but do a little bit by little bit, and try to get as much time, uh, stuff done within a certain amount of time.
Yes, totally agree. Christian.
The best me time routine that I like, because my mom is a healthcare worker, so obviously she works long shifts and they come home late. What she does for her me time, like as soon as she gets home, is we eat dinner together as a family, and then once dinner's done, when she's getting ready for bed, she heats up her tea. So, and the specific tea she uses is chamomile tea, and you didn't know chamomile can help you sleep, because it helps promote relaxation and it reduces your anxiety. So if you ever need to drink some chill tea, drink chamomile tea. It'll help you fall asleep faster.
Yes, definitely. And I think it's really all about establishing a routine, right? And with routines, you got to start somewhere. My me time is my skincare routine at night. So like I have to make sure that I go to the bathroom, I wash my face, I brush my teeth. And I feel like that helps calm me down. Like I'm stripping away all of the dirt and gunk from my face and everything else, right? And all of the stress from the day. And then I try to go to bed after that. Um and if you have any like setbacks, if one day, like if you're what am I trying to say here? If you've been doing well, right? If you do it 3 consecutive days and you fall back, like that fourth day, it's fine. Just get back on. No problem, right? Having 3 days of like a routine or like being able to do screen-free time before you sleep or go to bed is better than nothing, right? But we all have to try at least. If you really want a better rest the night before, because, being able to rest up is really important for you for the next day, right? Okay, so that kind of wraps up our topic for today. Thank you, everyone, for everything that you have added. Before we kind of close out, we just wanted to talk about some of the activities that'll be happening. Wyndham is going to have their 25th anniversary on the 25th of this month. So happy anniversary, Wyndham. We're so very excited for you and for your celebration. All right, so make sure to greet Wyndham. We'll remind you again closer to so that we can greet them a happy anniversary. Okay, 25 is a big deal. So we have to make sure to celebrate it. Okay, I shall, Sister Mariah. Thank you so much. Alrighty, so do we have any other shout outs or greetings that we'd like to read before we close out? Are we good?
I think we're good. So, well, again, Happy New Year. And thank you again for tuning into our show. Thank you to the church administration for giving us a platform like this to share and speak about important topics like these. Greetings to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and our current Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Aranyo Manalo. Also, greetings to our INC radio station manager, Brother Wally Tarai, and our executive producer, Kuya Manley Andaya.
Yes, we would also like to greet our District Minister, Brother Sheridan Santos, Assistant District Minister, Brother Neil Patrick Amalda, and our CFO Advisor, Brother Jason Flores. So if you take anything from today, it is that your sleep matters, your rest matters, and you deserve to wake up feeling amazing, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to start somewhere. Right. So next week we are going to be, we're going to get physical. We're going to be talking about exercises that you can do to build strength without the gym, no matter what age. Okay, so make sure to come back on Saturday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, or Sunday, 12:30 a.m. Philippine Time, right here on How You Doing? Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.